Groove to Music is a movement of creators whose mission is to develop and create artistic uniqueness while leading a gateway of opportunities to those who dream of it. We aim to produce unique art and entertainment while providing training and development for recording artists, dancers, and entertainers.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor.
Developing artists by enhancing stage presence, choreography, establishing a look for your brand, consulting with a stylist, and photographers. We are innovators of artistic uniqueness, and we believe in everyone being themselves and expressing yourself your own way.
Can't you see you getting closer? Just surrender cause you feel the feeling taking over.
Groove to Music Dance Company is a training ground for professional dancers to work intensely with industry-level choreographers as well as compete and produce show productions for both community and professional events.
Runaways are running the night. Impossible come true. It's taking over you. We light it up, we won't come down. And the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true. It's taking over you.
I always love Groove to Music. Hey, I am Tr3 Nicole. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I now reside in Atlanta, Georgia. I am the Shiro Queen. I am a professional dancer, influencer, and I also work in TV and film. So my first time meeting Keith was at Dance 401. My bae, Teddy, okay, he was like, you need to go take Keith Andre's class. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. I looked through the window, I was like, that shit look hard. I ain't doing it. But anyway, I went and met him. Well, see, Keith didn't know that he was bae already. So I had a little crush on Keith. I was like, we fine, he dancing good. Yeah, I'm coming to class. Even if I fuck up, I'm coming to class to meet him. But I introduced myself after class. I was like, whoo, it was hard. But I went to fam. I know Teddy. That's your thing. He was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he told me about you. I got you. Boom. That was how we first met. When the chapter from Atlanta would come to FAMU, I would be like, dang, they be eating. What the... Like, our chapter was A1 too. However, when they would come in, it just was like the show was shut down. I'm like, oh my God, when I get to Atlanta, I gotta train with them, right? So I found out Groove was having auditions. Mind you, I was nervous, but I'm like, fuck that. I've been going to class every single week. Boom. I ain't got no reason to not make it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And honestly, I don't think it even prepared me for what was really about to go down. What it was going down. But yeah, it was fun. It was so many different people. Like a lot of people who did the world dance wound up being in company too. So that was pretty cool. It was a mix of like new people, older people in the industry. It was cool.
Anyway, D-Ray talk, child. The left hand, the left everything. Then there was the second part of the audition with heels. Still was trying to figure that out. But anyway, so I was so excited once I joined Groove Company. Then the first 2 weeks, they was like, yeah, we're going to Detroit and oh, y'all can't go. So I was looking like, well, damn, we just got here and again, some more shit happening.
Yeah, all right, so anyway. Also, I love Detroit too because we got to like see some of their process for like choreographing. Like he literally made that Ray J One Wish the night before.
Because Brandon made Panda with Xavier.
And they made Panda the night before him and Xavier. And I was just like, that's ridiculous. And then like they literally taught and they made it late, not like like a good.
It was like 1-2 a.m.
Like a.m. and the workshop started at like
2 o'clock that afternoon, the next afternoon. Because we were like on the road that night.
Yeah, so that was really interesting to see. And then I realized also, even though I learned the choreo the night before, a student had it.
This travel to Detroit was something else. Sitting in the car with a whole bunch of dancers. We're not even gonna talk about how Keith was pissed off because the flying tag on the rental, people stopping at the gas station. He had a whole attitude. And everybody know when Keith is upset, don't bother him. Granted, I had just met him, and I was like, oh, they look mad, y'all. Like, leave him alone. Y'all trying him or whatever. Granted, he still didn't know he was banging, whatever. But anywho, so.
I was always the one about punctuality and making sure you on your stuff, A-game, like you know what you're supposed to know, paying attention to detail. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying, everybody else is working on choreography, working on, you know what I'm saying, how you present yourself. Like, it's just a lot of stuff. So
He's so pissed off. Y'all, we were supposed to get there way before we got there. We get there, Jeremy Green like, yeah, so y'all got 10 minutes to get ready. So we all like, what? Especially the girls. So me, Faye, Chi-Chi, we like, girl, what? Like, we all jerking around trying to hurry up and get our makeup done. And we like, granted, we've been rehearsing this choreo for like a month now at this point, or it might have been 2 to 3 weeks. But we like, shit, okay, nervous as hell because we done got up there, something that happened with the car, so we were a little nervous about to drop off. We just worried about too much. But anyway, so Detroit was lit. It was fun. We originally went up there for the performance, and then on that Sunday, it was a whole groove workshop. Like Keith taught, Brandon Keith taught, Gary was supposed to teach, couldn't make it, and then Xavier taught. So it was a whole thing, and I met, shout out to Charles Guyton, I met him as well. So Detroit was lit. We had a good time. We got to mingle. Shout out to Cool Boy Chris. Met him back in 2016. So it was a whole vibe. We trained, we danced, like we was just dancing all day and enjoying time.
but that group, we went to the World Dance the second year, and yeah, we did places.
Alright, y'all, so World of Dance, everybody knew when World of Dance time came around, you had to get your mental state together because that's when Keith became real serious. It wasn't no kikiing at all in rehearsal. It was serious because we was trying to take the trophy. Y'all, it's pure comedy because people will walk in and be like, all right, cool. And then after that, got a whole unit on their face. Everybody got an attitude because them rehearsals went strenuous. Like, it went from 2-hour to 3-hour rehearsals to sometimes 4-hour rehearsals. Sometimes we need one more rehearsal. Sometimes we need to go to a gym because we don't have enough space. So the first year for me, like I said, was 2016. And, you know, we was cute. We was doing our thing, y'all, that we did not place. And I was just like, oh, damn, like, we've been rehearsing so much, like, And then Keith kind of like, well, I mean, y'all kind of deserved that. And it was like, but wait, you was with us. Why we deserve that? He was like, I mean, it was cute, it was cool, but, you know, we could have been given more. We could have been whatever. So it's like, all right, cool.
We actually got 4th place by 2 points. But that year we didn't have the stunts and tricks, which we didn't really have to. I mean, we had a couple flips and stuff the year before, but one of our stunt guys got booked on a gig right before, so he had to go to the gig, and which took on the tricks and stunts out of. So you know, it was cool, but you know, like it's all good. It's cool. What we did and realized is, you know, okay, we teaching the 411, you know, we got the groove class now, I got my class, you know, we got the company going on, and Gotta Dance had closed. And so really it was only 401. So we were getting a lot of dancers in our class because that was the only studio that was open at that time. So
then as I continued to take his class at 411, he was just throwing me out there with the already booked dances, and I was like, whoa, hold on, I don't got the step. He was like, okay, yeah, still go out there. And I was like, oh, he's crazy. Okay, cute, got it. But I still went out there, whatever he would tell me to do, I would do it.
Being in Atlanta and training at all the other studios, all the other years, Gotta Dance, Dance 4-on-1, Dance 1-on-1, and just all the different studios that we've taken from or learned from just in our lives in general.
I remember asking Dance 1-on-1, could we like negotiate on this rate situation, because now that we have a class with 5 instructors that we're bringing in a good number of people every week, and the price of the class, we kind of making 1.5 people in that class. So it's kind of like, how can we, negotiate? Maybe this is just a different situation. I'm not trying to do this for my own class. I'm just trying to figure out for the Grooves class, how can we, figure this out? And at the time, they weren't willing to negotiate. So it was just like, all right, I made the decision after the process of my team that we was just like, we're gonna leave. We're gonna kind of go, we're gonna do our own thing. And they were ready, they were sad about it because we definitely still had love, but it was just a business move that we had to make. And being that we had the loft where Deary lived, it was just like, all right, look, this is what we about to do. We're gonna paint this, we're just gonna turn this into a Grooves music studio.
Being able to take all of what we've learned and what we've seen and incorporate that into our dream studio, that's been dope for me. And it was, officially opening those doors with Groove to Music and starting the Instagram and us having our first class. To me, it was like, wow, this is it. Like, we really have our own studio now. Like, let's freaking go. Like, let's go. Let's pour into this community. Let's train these dancers.
Groove to Music Studios offers a wide variety of classes that aim to train the professionals, provide cardio for the fitness gurus, as well as a fun and friendly atmosphere for the hobbyists alike. The energy at the studio is always positive, uplifting, and family-oriented. Every week, we have a diverse selection of classes for all levels and styles, kicking off with Monster Mondays, Too Lit Tuesdays, Wild Wednesdays, Turn Up Thursdays, Full Out Fridays, and Snatched Saturdays. The studio is a host to a wide variety of master workshops and specialty classes from industry choreographers who call the studio home.
And a blessing came through because I had booked an artist. Her name is Michael Blue, and her mom, which is one of the people I hope gets some heart, because she's held me down. She's held me down a lot. But we had auditions next door in another studio, and the manager just gave this big ass fuss about the artist having heels on her floor, which they should have heels classes on that floor anyway. But she just made a big deal, and the client, she was just like, I don't never want you to have to deal with that bitch again. I'm going to buy you some dome mirrors. And literally, like, the next week, I had mirrors on the wall in the studio. Being that she did that, it was just kind of like hey, it's time. Like, I know you said you didn't want it, but right now there's a need for it. And I always wanted Grooves Music to operate on what the community needs. So being the Gotta Dance was closed, and being that 401 wasn't willing to negotiate, we decided to paint. We got blessed with some mirrors. I worked with somebody at AMC still who painted this logo. He was just like, yeah, I do art. I was like, oh, can you paint this logo? He's like, yeah. And yeah, he did the thing. And then it was just like, hey, are we really about to open studio, pray about it. We're gonna do what we gotta do. And the top of 2017, we opened up Tr3 Studios.
Professionalism, teamwork, optimism, integrity, uniqueness, leadership, passion, and social responsibility. These are the commitments to excellence at BootZ Music. Develop entertainers, serve the community, educate the youth.
Like I said, I never wanted to have a studio in Atlanta, and then the fear of opening a studio that I already did and it closing, which is two different situations because I'm still in Atlanta, so I would still be here. But it was just still trying to prove your point in Atlanta. You're still not from here, you know, trying to, you know, just I don't know. It was just weird. And then we had the second season of the company, and that year it was busy. Like that was like the beginning, not the beginning because everything we did from 2002 up until that moment was still very vital to how we're gonna get to this point. We had 2017, third season of the company, just opened up the studio. We definitely we do more than this again. Yeah, I got messed up. We gonna get our link back.
I remember we keep talking about that in January of 2017. Like after one dance, we all met as like the core and everything, and he literally mapped everything out. Like he said, this was gonna happen, this was gonna happen after that. I was like, great. A few months later, we started learning it and watching it from that to the stage. I was like, wow.
This nigga was on 2000, okay? It was like, he was on 2000 because he needed stuff to be right. He was investing so much money into it, bringing in a whole bunch of new people that wasn't in Groove Company. Mind you, at this time, when I did the second World of Dance, maybe that was 2017, I had joined ATLA. So I was juggling the both of them. Mind you, ATLA had rehearsals Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Groove was Wednesday and Sunday. So I never had a day, for real.
That was my favorite performance ever with Groove.
More trauma.
Make some noise for Groove to Music!
What we gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
Time never mattered.
Yeah. Styling no.
Get up!
Everybody clap your hands.
Let me break it down for you again.
This is Rita Repulsa, an intergalactic sorceress who is bent on controlling the universe. With her head shredded honey balls, she plans to conquer Earth.
She got her hands on her knees and in them.
Ay, ay, ay!
She like to twerk and that's for circus I can.
Ay, ay, ay!
She got me hype, I wanna bite it right now, yeah.
It was an energy moment. I was at home, Brandon Keith was there, and we were talking. I'm like, we need to do this. And they was telling me Power Rangers. I'm like, if we do Power Rangers, we need to morph on stage. Listen to me. And I think that was the most exciting thing I've ever worked on with him.
I wanted to cuss every single last one when I was doing the show. And I was like, well, where was this last World of Dance? Because it was giving PTA and now I was giving Power Rangers. Yeah, that was, you know, switch.
Formidable fighting force known as the one and all, and the Power Rangers.
Let's do it, guys. Right, forfeit time. Not time. Right there,
Y'all, we killed it. But as far as people's masks and costumes coming off, of course, it's a competition. They're deducting points. It is, cleanliness, how hard it is, transitions, costumes. They are judging every single thing and every layer. And of course, if your mask come off 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, you might as well have just kept it off. Again, we weren't thinking about that. We won't even say who it was because it doesn't matter.
One time for the salsa. 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 That's salsa. One time for the salsa.
Still won first place. I don't care what nobody says.
We did win first place.
Yeah, technically, I to this day I would say that. Even though it's my home team that beat y'all, I still think it.
Even so, it wouldn't have mattered because just the mask
It was
alone
just the
doesn't
mask.
take away.
It does.
I think my favorite thing that me and Keith probably collaborated on was World of Dance, the Power Rangers skit. Like, we didn't win. I won't look that, but
We got robbed, but we got second place, but that was still the iconic Power Ranger piece. So to this day, still should have deserved first place. I don't care what nobody said. I mean, we had technical difficulties with a mask, but it's okay, cool.
I put that on TikTok and it went viral.
Yeah.
Need you for the only, need you for my sanity, need you to remind me where I come from. Can you remind me of my body? Found me when I'm tumbling, spiraling, plummeting down to earth to keep me down.
Keith is amazing to have thought about that whole like everything and then like all the choreography that went with it. Like it just really told a story.
He's a genius, a crazy
Like it that's what you're supposed to do is tell a fucking story.
Why I gotta start this up? Why I gotta start this thing up? Why I gotta start this up? Why I gotta start this up? Get off my boat, get trained. Get off my boat, get trained. Get off my boat, get trained. When the girls go down and they go insane.
I still almost tear up to this day when I'm watching because it's freaking amazing. Like, should have won first place. But anyway, we got second. But it was dope being a part of that experience and putting that whole thing together, which is like again, a big reason why I joined the group.
And I'm still working with Micah, still bartending. Actually, no. The end of 2016, I made the decision. I was like, I'm always here thinking about dance. I need to go ahead and just chase this thing for a third. I'm about to put my own studio. Like, I need to be putting all the time here. I'll never forget Leon was mad. He was like, you gonna be missing out on all that money.
what Groove is now is not what Groove was then. Like his manifestation and was way bigger than he could have imagined. We lived together and he was starting Groove. We separated, he was still working on that, and I went on to like get my master's or whatever. We got back together, and every day it was a constant reminder of you have to get your ass up because your best friend is getting his ass up. And come on now, you can't be the lackluster best friend.
Like, you make good money, what you doing? Like, and it was a step that I needed to make for me literally stepped out and yeah, 2017 when I opened the studio, third season in the company, all that, like, stuff started going up. I started doing commercials for Cartoon Network and actually did like 3 of them. I just started doing different gigs, different movies.
So he was actually booked on set for Honey, and they were asking, because they were needing different groups to compete at the very end of the movie against the main crew. So he's like, yeah, I definitely got some dancers for you. We can, use my company group to music. She's like, okay, bet. So can you gather some dancers together, set some choreography, tape you guys, and send it in? He's like, okay, cool. So he called me up, called Gary up and a couple of dancers that were associated with Groove to Music, and we immediately jumped into rehearsal. Again, it was a family situation where we all kind of like collab and putting steps together, and I literally remember the rehearsal. It was crazy. We were stressed trying to bring it together, so we really didn't have no time. Like they were literally asking for the footage, I think like the next day. So we're like literally like running, trying, and I think we even pulled like a late night rehearsal that night, just trying to make sure we got all the steps together. But we sent it in, and they approved us. And next thing you know, we got that call to be on set, and we're literally on set of Honey 4 with Tiana and Yaz, and doing our thing, competing against other crews of the movie, and just being on set, man. That was a dope moment. That was a dope moment for us.
But at that time, I really